Hey, there go Dougie Fresh checking in from his beautiful home in Fridley.
Oh,
What's
he
up,
over
fellas?
here by me, Pop.
Huh?
Dougie was over here by me.
Oh, he out in Eden Prairie?
No, I'm in Spring Lake Park. I'm right
Spring-
next door to Fridley.
Spring
No,
Lake
I'm in Brooklyn Park.
Oh, I'm
Brooklyn
still
Park.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Fresh, it's good to see your face. Man, I miss Fresh because I've been so used to having him at the Pop House. And then like a parent, you know, if a child has left her home, I'm like, where's that boy at? You know, but he got his own house now. Amen, amen, amen. Look, we got a lot, man. There's so much going on. We got a lot. Richard McLemore is, you know, his son died, and we are. He sent out some homegoing information. I believe it's January 23rd of this month. Richard McLemore's will do a memorial for his son, and so we gotta, you know, we want to support that. But then Vava lost his father, and Vava's father is they working on his thing. It's going to be this week, coming up real fast, and so I may try to call him and have him say something to the group. So there's a lot going on with that. Also, the big thing for us is that we, POP, are sponsoring a COVID-19 testing site at the Davis Educational Center on the corner of Broadway and Girard. So that's right kitty corner from Popeye's Chicken, right? In that big new building. Everybody, all Pop guys, everybody's gonna get tested that day who wants to come back to group after that. I delayed the start until after we're all tested at one time. Everybody's gonna get tested that day. And then the results should be back in 24 to 36 hours. The following Tuesday, we would then resume. I want to say that is Tuesday, the 29th. We would resume live and direct Pop meetings from that point on, because we would know everybody in the room. Hey, Roger was negative. Pop. Dr. Webb, I see you there. And Tony Campbell, I tell you, it's the first time I seen you this year, boy. I like seeing you, man. You look healthy and ain't nobody bothering you. That's good. I tell you what I should do. I never thought about this, Eric, until right now. But I should have Wayne and Tierre count the number of jobs that that TX has had in 2020. He could have broke the record. It could be the most jobs of all time.
Last time I seen him, he said he was starting the job.
He could be the greatest of all times, you know. So, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold up for a minute here, just delay for about 5 to 7 more minutes, and let a few more people come on so we don't have to repeat a lot of stuff. Look, y'all can talk amongst yourselves. And
Pop, I want to say something to you real quick.
Okay, and wait a minute. I have been informed that Miss Tammy wants to make a presentation tonight.
Yeah, a quick one, yes.
About her role in doing taxes. That's important. So what we're gonna do, Eric, we'll start off with her. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, when we get up to 10 people, so like that, then we'll jump it off. So get her on the ready, because we already got 6. And do we have more than 6? We already got 6 people.
Okay.
Hey, Pop.
Eric, you gotta call me.
Huh?
Call me, Moab. You still got my number?
Roger, what's up?
Hey, my job making it mandatory that we test for COVID, and we're gonna do it every 2 weeks or every other week. So that fits in perfect with what Power People are doing too.
Yeah, but your job, I ought to slap them across their face because I tried to tell them to come on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I tried it too, Pop.
I
I
tried to
did
tell
too,
him,
Pops.
and you know, he just was he really wasn't realizing.
Mhm.
And now, Roger, the virus has mutated. So
Yes.
it's not more deadly, but it is more contagious. And if it's more contagious, it's going to become more deadly. So our job is to stay virus free.
Yep, that's true.
Now the vaccine, you know, that's going to be down the line, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do about the vaccine. That's not where we're at right now. Right where we're at right now is getting tested and staying negative, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna pause for a quick minute. Y'all stay with me, and then we'll get started in about 7 or 8 minutes.
Mr.
All right.
Campbell.
All right.
Yeah.
I know this guy, but probably not. This dude is named Jerry Danielson. Jerry Danielson is a pop guy from way back in maybe '08. He, you know, he had an SO, and he did his time in Minnesota, but then he had to get extradited back to his home state, where where they took him in '08, and he's still locked up there.
Damn.
And he sent me a letter. Now '08 is how long ago?
Well, 13
God.
years.
Huh?
13 years.
So I mean, he was such an excellent student, and the reason why, and Doug, he puts me in the mind. It wasn't quite like your thing, but he came alive in POP.
Okay.
And then
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we hear you good.
All right.
And then I just want to read a letter to you. Just a short letter. It says,
I can't take credit for that.
it says, "High power people, Shane and Marvin. God bless you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hi, guys. I trust that this year of 2020 has been on of many interesting memories, each one designed by God to help us in our growth as humans in our relationship with other humans. Embrace those memories in a spirit of thankfulness and humility. This season is the most wonderful time of year. May each of you be surrounded by those those so very dear and precious to your heart. Peace, my brothers. Jerry Danielson. P.S. For me, the most significant memory is that my mother, who was 93, passed away October 28th. She loved Jesus mightily and tenderly. She lived well and she died well. And you know, hey, Will, and that I know you guys might not know this guy, but this guy, man, was just precious, and we all are in some ways, in our own ways, and he was in his. And so it's just impactful to me after all this time that he continued. Every year he finds a way to holler, and he's working for his freedom. And to that end, you know who else is working for their freedom is Randall Wilson. Some of y'all know who Randall Wilson is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to wait for a little while after he was sentenced to Moose Lake, really, and could be for the rest of his life. I had to wait a while before we struck back. But we got to strike back for Randall. We got to fight for him because Randall did his time. He did in almost 19 years. And then he came home for 2 days. And they arrested him at the halfway house and then certified him and civilly commit him. And so we're gonna come together this year. I promise you, we're gonna mount some type of an offensive to try to get that boy home, or at least closer to the door. What I'm asking for sexual treatment, Moose Lake, is to be transparent, be clear. It's nothing wrong with be clear about how long do you want him? He's already done 18 or 19 years. what is it that you're asking him to do specifically, and how long is it going to take him to do that specifically, and just kind of press them a little bit on those merits. Anyway, a lot of y'all know Randall, man. Randall's one of the most dynamic painters.
Yeah.
And Randall was the one who taught, what's the young boy that went back out east up in Faribault? What was that? I'm looking right at his face right now. Randall taught him, brought him into it. And he taught a lot of young brothers how to paint and etc. So I just don't want him to be forgotten. I want him to feel us as pop guys that we haven't forgotten him. And I tell you what, if it was you or me, I would want somebody to come looking for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Somebody say, I am.
I am.
Somebody. Well, see, somebody wants somebody else to come looking for them when they can't help themselves. When you've fallen and can't get up, you need somebody to reach for you, you know. And so we want to make sure that Randall is not forgotten in this year. I needed to wait a couple years there, Will, so you know what I mean. So he could have time to done some things that they are asking of him to do, but now he's done that, you know, this and that. We did get together and send him $500. Just, I mean, that ain't the biggest thing in the world. But if you was locked up and got a $500 check from somebody, I know that make you feel good.
Yes, sir.
And for a painter who all he needs is supplies and canvas, he can generate his own money.
Yep.
Right. So for him, $500 can come in to make 5,000 or more.
Preach.
In any case, I want to share a couple things tonight that are very important, and then we're going to have Miss Tammy Washington, who is a pop guy's wife and a pop girl, then herself a pop woman who is doing taxes. We're going to let her come on in a minute and just talk to us because, as you know, this is tax time. And I don't know about you, but now that's the only time I get money in the mail. And I like I like getting the love. Give me this one check, but you know, dear God. Another thing I want to mention to you, I know, Wayne, this applies to you and others. If you didn't get your your stimulus check the first time, there is on the government website, there's a website that talks about stimulus dollars. And on that website, it tells you what you need to do to get your stimulus check. Also, for those people who are families, if you have families, you're supposed to get a check for yourself and for your children. If you claim them on your tax statement, you're supposed to be able to get a stimulus check for them. Like Tony, you claim your daughter, right? Or no? Oh man,
No.
I got an update on that.
And
I drove up to the IRS office.
and I don't know why, but okay. And Wayne says he knows something about that. So go ahead, Wayne.
So with the stimulus thing, I drove up to the IRS office. They called me they called me back, had an appointment. They set an appointment for me to go to St. Cloud. I went up there. They told me I was 3 days too late. They just changed their policy. So now you have to claim it on your taxes.
Right. But so even though, Wayne didn't get his that time, but he's going to get it this time, because when you do your taxes, Eric, and we're going to talk about the taxes right now. When you do your taxes, this is where you claim yourself and your dependents, right? And I don't know, Tony, you must not pay no child support.
Yeah, I do.
But
But
if you pay child support, you
But-
have to be claiming her as a deduction, brother.
the young lady is the baby mama drama. She's a drama queen. I'm not gonna. I never got into no type of finances or nothing with her retaining to claiming the child. That would create some chaos.
Listen
with
at
this
what I'm
young lady.
saying. I'm not talking, this don't have nothing to do with her. You're a working man. And all you're doing is saying, I got one dependent. And you put her name down and then you claiming her, that's your child, and you paying child support, that's your dependent. And you really need her to get more of your money back. But I'm gonna stop right there. Mont
I'll
says,
look into it.
huh?
I'll look into it.
You
This
should
year,
look
I'll look
into
into
it. Uh-huh. Yeah, otherwise the WAP man is whopping you. Yeah. Hey, look, Montez is on there. Montez, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I feel great today. But tonight we're going to have a brief presentation by Sister Tammy Washington about taxes, and she's going to give us some updates on what we need to think about, and if we want to use her service, she's available. Is she there, brother?
Yep, come on, babe.
So we got some news you can use.
Hi, Pop guys.
Hey, what's happening?
How's everybody?
Oh, Happy New Year.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to share with everybody that I am this year launching my tax business, and I am authorized by the IRS to prepare people's taxes. So if any of you are needing help with taxes or, questions about your taxes or anything like that, I'm available to help you out. If you go to the website that's on the business card, you'll be able to fill out a contact me form. If you just have questions, I'm there to help you. If you have concerns, I'll see what I can do to help you. I just it's my give back. I wanna, help people in an area that I know is challenging for a lot of people. My background, my working background has always been in financial services. I've always worked in some capacity in finances, so I have a lot of experience. I also work I work in crop insurance as an underwriter. I also do notary work. I'm doing general notary work, loan closings, and I am starting to work on my consulting business as well. So if you go to the website, you'll see where you can actually go to the link to the full website and see the other services that I offer. And if, any of you are interested, in getting somebody helping you with your taxes, I'm available.
All right.
Anybody got questions?
I know taxes is such a funny topic. Let's all, no questions?
Have a question.
Well, my
Can
question.
y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. My questions, I'll pose them when I reach out to you to do my taxes.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yes.
That sounds great.
How you doing, Eric? Yeah. How you doing, Eric?
All right now.
All right.
That question about us dependent children.
Oh,
she pay child support.
I do have a question. As far as child support goes, if I am paying child support for my child, right?
Yep.
Can I file her as him or her as a dependent?
Nope, I tried that. Nope.
Or
I
if
tried
the
that.
mother files, then does that render me incapable of filing?
It depends on who has custody of the child.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, well, that killed my everything.
Yeah. I was asking the question for you because I was just under the impression that if you're paying,
Right.
then that
Right.
should be a deduction for you.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if you don't have custody, it should be. No.
Not necessarily. It depends on if you were married and divorced. It depends on the custody order, who has physical custody of the child for the better part of the year. So it depends.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a question.
What if the mother don't work? What if the mother don't work?
she may not work, but she probably still files a tax return, right?
Yeah.
It's a tricky thing because if she has custody of the child and she may not be working, but she's filing taxes and she files and uses that child as a dependent, and then you come along behind, now you got a problem.
I think she filed it. I think she let somebody else file it as a dependent and they give her a cut. Me as the father, should I have the right to do that? To file her as a dependent? Because I know for a fact that this young lady is, doing some things under the table with a tax file with this child. And I'm paying child support diligently. They got my account information. They take their money every week. I ain't missed a beat. And I feel I should be entitled to a dependent.
Yeah.
I never filed her, ever.
Ever. Okay. I think you need to go online, get in touch with me, and we need to talk offline and see what we can do to help you.
I'm going to call you. I screenshotted your number.
Okay.
Will do. My name is Tony Campbell, by the way.
All right, Mr. Campbell.
God bless.
And my question was that my son turned 18 in August of 2020. He's still in school, high school. Am I eligible to file for him as a dependent? He does live with me.
Yes, you would still be eligible to claim him as a dependent. He lives in your home. If you're providing more than half of his care, you would be able to still claim him as a dependent.
Okay, yeah, I provide all of his care. Let's see, I also have my stepson, Antonio. He is 20. He just graduated from high school in 2020. He does live with us as well. How does that work?
He would also be able to be claimed as a dependent under your tax return. And just keep in mind, when all of your dependents that you claim on your tax return, you'll need their date of birth, their social security number, and that sort of information. Those are the kind of things you're going to want to compile when you meet with me or somebody else to discuss, putting together your taxes.
Okay, so the 20.
What about renter's rebate?
Renter's rebates are usually filed with, we'll have to talk about that too. You would get your statements, and that's part of some of the documents that you'll need to provide to sit down and do your taxes. But that payment or any refunds from that comes at a later time outside of your tax refund.
Yeah, I do some delivery service, so I file as an independent contractor, right? I did it last year, but on my own, but I think I might have screwed it up. I won't be doing that again this year. I'm gonna come see you.
Okay.
All right, so yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Also, in the future, I'm going to be putting together some lunch and learns where I'm doing a Zoom meeting, and I'll have a specific topic that people may want information about. I'll put that information out on my website when I do get those going, and you guys can participate in that and get some more additional information.
Okay. Anybody, is there another question? Let's just make sure we're getting it all cleared up. Okay, well, give Tammy a hand right there for
Thank you.
First of all, for stepping out on faith and believing in your own skills. I mean, this is your area anyway, so a lot of us will have questions. And so now we got somebody to go to. We have cards here at the office. Should anybody want a card, come by Wayne. I have the cards. While I got you right here, I'm going to mention again, hey, Sherrod, I'm going to mention again that we, POP, is co-sponsoring a testing event, a COVID-19 testing event, January 16th. It's going to be from 11 to 3 p.m. At the Minneapolis Public Schools Davis Center, 1250 West Broadway Avenue, Minneapolis, Men 55411, right across kitty corner from the Popeyes Chicken. We're trying to get all pop guys. We're trying to get all pop guys tested And on that day, then the following Tuesday, Wayne, what Tuesday is that again? The 26th is when we're going to come back in person, because we'll have all of our men will be tested, and we'll be clear that everybody here is negative, and we have to have that clarity. You get it? Again, I'm going to talk just briefly about the new strand of the virus, which is more contagious. So, you know, we're being careful, but we're going to have to be more careful. That vaccine is a long, you know, it's months and months away from us. And we're going to have a debate about, at some point, a discussion about the vaccine, you know, anyway. So take a look at the flyer. On this Saturday, we're going to be assembling a team of men and women at POP here to distribute flyers in the general area around the school board building. That would be like on Fremont, Emerson, kind of like what we did once before. It was a little warmer out, but it sounds like the weather's going to be decent on Saturday. You know, these last few days have been pretty nice. And shoot, Will, I got my driveway down to concrete, baby. I ain't playing. And, you know.
Me too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't play that.
Yeah, when the sun comes out like this, I'm getting my special shovel. I got a special shovel to get that slush up.
That's funny.
You know that slush, you got to have a special one to get slush.
I told my wife I wanted another shovel, Shane, like them old school metal ones.
That's what it is.
I can't find one.
No, you gotta go to Menards or Home Depot, man, and get one of them bad boys right there and shovel that slush on out of there, boy, and clean up your joint, be looking good. Then throw a little salt around there to, you know, give it some flavor.
Well, unless you got heated underground parking.
Yeah. You know, that's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Oh.
And I'm happy for you, man. And you know, you deserve that. All them jobs you've been working in 20. you know that. Look, that boy. I'm gonna create a medal just for you, because I have never met a Negro that has as many jobs as you in my life. So I tell you what. You wait till we come back. I'm gonna give you a medal, boy.
I bet.
But look what we're gonna do. I want to. So I'm assembling a team of volunteers to do some flyering on this Saturday right around the neighborhood. I want some neighborhood people to be involved. We're gonna also try to use media and the KBEM radio station. That's the jazz station, which is also a partner to the Minneapolis Public School System. I go to the school tomorrow with Wayne and Tierre to meet with them again, and the city of Minneapolis' health department. They're going to be the ones conducting the test. It's going to be the saliva test. You spit into the tube, and you know, this and that. And it's really the easiest test that you could have, unless you have special needs individuals like I do. I had Cornelius and my other grandson, Saran, and so Saran didn't know how to spit. And I'm saying, and so Saran put his lips in the tube, both of his lips in the tube. I don't know what he was trying. I said, son, no, son, you can't do it like that. It took a little while with him, but Cornelius was hitting him licks, you know what I mean? So this is what we're gonna do. Doug, you should have Lily tested on that day. It's a real good idea.
Okay.
And what we really want to do, yourself and your spouses, if you can do it, it's a good way to take you down to a zero bottom line. Some of those treatment facilities, that we went after, Montse's, we went after, didn't comply. They looked down their noses at us, and then after that, they had tremendous breakouts. Damascus Way and
Challenge.
Midwest Challenge.
Midwest Challenge, and same with,
Challenge.
Teen Challenge, yes. So you know, they missed the boat on that, and they had to pay a consequence, pay some dues, with people getting sick. Now, speaking of people getting sick, you know who I haven't seen and it's bothering me, and that is Willie Hardeman. Does anybody have a word on Willie Hardeman?
Yeah, he's back at work. Everything is going they back to normal.
Okay.
He had gotten COVID.
And then listen, I
He had
don't
gotten
know.
COVID.
And then I don't know if
And
it's
his brother just
cousin
passed.
or his brother passed. He's one of my best friend's cousin.
Wow.
He's Hardeman's cousin because one of my best friends is Hardeman's cousin.
Right.
But I forget his name, but I can see his face. He died from COVID.
Right.
Yeah, he just died 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, David Belton from over in South Minneapolis died from COVID just about a week and a half ago. And so it's not a joke. It's if you get it, it can just jump on you quick. And then, Esau's dad went from a little sick on Thursday to passed on Sunday. So anyway, we're not trying to scare anybody, but it's just to say, we have to fight back. Here's how we fight back.
Get tested.
Get tested. Quit playing.
Yeah, we took with the boys of Hope. We took Amos and I took 4 young ones today and got tested. We both got tested out there at off of Brooklyn Boulevard out there.
Hey, give them a hand for that. Give them a hand for that.
Yeah. And we have to have all of them tested because we're talking about bringing these young boys together. And even though we got them tested before, we don't know who they've been around. That thing is very silent. You can walk around and don't even realize you have it,
Yeah, right.
So
amazing work to take some of our young men in to get tested. They need that direction and that love, right?
Yes.
And then which one of us, I mean, all of us probably had somebody who was trying to reach for us when we were younger, but we was just too hard-headed and too far gone.
Too hard-headed.
So
Yeah,
Shane,
too far gone, too hard-headed.
Go ahead.
I got a question. So say everybody gets tested, everybody negative. Does that mean everybody can be in the room and and COVID isn't present? Is that what that means?
Well, fundamentally, it means that we are as negative as we can possibly be. And so
Okay.
we're averaging at about 17 or 18 on a Tuesday when we're having a meeting in the winter time anyway. So now in the summertime, then it could be 40. But in the wintertime, we drop down to about 17 or 18 in the room anyway, right? So, so between the actual room itself and the hallway and how we do it, we should be all right. And I think the bigger deal is some of us can't afford not to have that human connection where group is concerned because of the way it feeds us and gets us through to our next level. And to be void of that, I'll give you an example. I haven't been in the gym. I'm a regular in the gym. I'm a member at the Y. I've been a member for many years. And so I might go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, every week. But the gym shut down at March, and I haven't been in the gym until about a week and a half ago when it opened up 25% capacity. Man, I mean, my body was like, man, what are you doing? And then I can feel myself. I'm getting some age now, so I can feel myself getting soft in areas that I wasn't soft in, and I didn't like that. I didn't care for it, and so I had to say, well, wait a minute, hold up. Soon as they opened up the door, I was the first Negro up there saying, hey. and I wasn't hitting as hard as I would do if I had never stopped, but I was getting it in, and I'm headed back that direction, that's for sure. So I say that to say, when you haven't done anything for a long period of time, you begin to miss it in ways, and it takes away something.
It does.
No, you're fine. Oh,
you're right.
And so what we want to do is be sincere about being tested, sincere about staying negative, and then continuing to do what we need to do to stay free and to stay healthy and moving forward to the next level.
So would masks be being worn still?
Yeah, we could wear masks, and then when you get ready to talk, then you can, come uncover, this or that. And so my thing is, I really can't wear a mask and do the work. And so I really want us to be as positive as negative as possible. Because of my family. Right now I have my mother-in-law in my house. She's in the high risk area, and man, I love my mother-in-law. I would never want to, what I mean? Yeah. So, but if you go think back, and I'm just going to take you back, back in the old days, when venereal diseases, had came on the scene and became really just a blown up thing. Y'all remember this? And then, you mess around there and you wasn't right, and you brought something home, and you had to pay a price for that. And your woman had to pay a price for that. Well, this is the same thing, but the price is undeniable, man. It can close the door on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm talking good right there. Yeah. But watch this. Watch this. Before we go too far, I want to give Tammy one more hand. Give her another hand for just helping us with that taxi stuff. Thank you, sis. And Eric, thank you so much. Real quick, I'm giving you an update now on the vaccine because you know that our brothers in prison have been getting becoming positive with a heavy outbreak. Minnesota is no exception. As of December 2020, 1 in 3 incarcerated people in the state had contracted COVID-19. 6 individuals had already died. It's 9 now. 1 in 3. Wow. 1 in 3. And then don't even be thinking about, nobody's saying nothing about our brothers who are in Moose Lake in that treatment facility. And the only way they can get it is to have a guard or somebody else bring it in from the outside. But if it gets in there, there's no way to stop it. So it's a heavy thing. Ooh, but some people have been fighting the good fight of faith for that. And I have an article here dated today, yesterday, I should say, that talks about some Minnesota prisoners are going to be receiving the vaccine. I think they have 400 doses at the DOC level. So the most people are at risk will be receiving that vaccine, they say, in the next 2 weeks. So that's good news for them and good news to loved ones who have loved ones there. I'm thinking about this guy, Jerry Danielson, who I just read the letter from. Jerry, he's been in prison all this time. He's up to 20 years now. And I would hate for him to get COVID and then still don't get his chance. We got Lonnie McKinney. Some of y'all know Lonnie. Lonnie's coming home in, what is that, Roger? You're on mute, but I think it's March. I'm reading lips now. This Zoom thing make you read lips. It's coming home in March.
March 15th or something like that, 21st something.
And then we have on the 12th of this month, next week, we have Chris Sherman, Chris the Barber Sherman. Some of y'all should know Chris Montes, Doug, Roger. Some of y'all should know him. Eric, you may even know him. A barber up there in Lino Lakes. Been gone about 9 years. So he'll be at the Pop House on the 12th, right? So for those who are in Pop 2, go over there and holler at him, connect with him, meet with him and this and that, and show him your love.
I'm definitely gonna meet up with him, Pops.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take him down to Tech Dump too to get him in there. I'll talk to them about him too.
Good, and that's good because we need two options. I was going to try to get him in there with Ramon Blue, who's a pop guy who owns his own beauty, the barbershop. Eric, you remember Ramon? Ramon
Okay.
he got a nice shop, and he's the proprietor.
Okay.
Lives in a beautiful home, married to a beautiful sister. I mean, boy, is getting down. If you're ever looking for Ramon Blue at Right Cuts over on 36 and over on 42nd Avenue in Robbinsdale, that boy is there every day tearing it up. So right cuts, yeah. So anyway, that was kind of a little bit of let's go back and review two more things. Vava Gaddafi, Anthony Fletcher, his father passed. His mother just passed in 2020. Now here's his father gone in 2021. They're planning to have a service over in South Minneapolis. I want to say it's next week. Wayne, can you check that? And then Richard McLemore is having a service for Nugget on the 23rd of January. He called it a walkthrough service at some golf club out in Apple Valley. It's on Facebook. Google Richard McLemore somebody and find that information. See, can you find it? And I want you to have that information because I'd like for us to go as a posse, some kind of way and show, mass support for that brother. And same with Vava. I really want the Lifer guys that Vava spent a lot of time with to show up for him. Our Lifer guys, including Anthony Hale, I want somebody to reach out for Anthony Hale, James Moore, and them. James participates in that other Lifer group, but Vava participated in that group too. And I think all them Lifer guys should be invited to his to the function. Deaf, man, Deaf is Deaf shows up when it wants to show up. You can't control Deaf. Deaf has got up here Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all times. He float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. And he ducked the army and the government and everything. They tried to send him to prison and they tried to do all of this and scandalize his name, but he beat all of them. But Def still showed up.
Oh, wait.
Def shows up. Def, I don't care if you are a prince, and be one of the baddest men on earth with jets and movie stars and everything. Def shows up and then the thing is all over. I'm talking about Def. Def will show up and do something to us, man. And so this is why we're talking about COVID-19, because we're trying to keep that rascal away from our door.
All right, now come on.
Def will show up. I don't have to tell you, Dexter, that Def will show up. I know Will just lost his second cousin. Def will show up. Def will show up, and it's rude and mean-spirited, and it leaves you devastated at times. And sometimes you don't want to go on, and you don't want to move forward.
Come on, Pop.
And I'm telling you now, but what we got to mess around here do and understand what it is that in spite of death, this is how it was explained to me, Shane, it's really a part of living.
All right now.
And it's the only way it makes any sense to me. I really don't want to die. I'm not afraid to say that. Some people, some preachers especially will tell you, oh, I'm ready to go, and Lord, come down and get me. I'm not one of them.
Well, no,
I love the Lord, but I don't want you to come and get me right now. I'm just telling you the truth.
That's amen.
Yeah. I don't hear nobody, boy.
Right now.
I'm gonna tell you, this, and I've heard this and that preach about it, but I'm not interested in it. I want to be prepared in the best way I can for it, but I don't want to see it no time soon.
All right. I'm with you, Pop.
I wish I could get a witness out there on Zoom.
You got one. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah. I have facilitated a many a homegoing, and maybe I have one or two more in my time. I'm not sure. Somebody at some might facilitate mine, but I don't want it to be today. I want Jeff to hold up. You know, go on and make your other appointments. Don't come by here. I want to put the blood on my door.
That's right.
Come on, Pop.
Yeah, pass by me.
That's right.
I don't. Oh boy. Woo! Pass by here. So I'm gonna tell you though, you know, this and that. But here's the thing: as pop men, now we realize, don't we, that the longer we stay together, the more death shows up. Somebody say death shows up.
Death shows up.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so what we want to do, and you know, I was reading something by Oprah Winfrey. I like her because we're the same age. I like her, and she said this in one of her memoirs. She said that one thing about me that maybe separates me from other people is I don't waste no days.
All right now.
And it struck me too, because I know sometimes I might just take a day. I might take a day. Oh, you know, I'm like, but man, you know, she said I don't waste no days. And I'm gonna tell you how I looked at that. During my time inside a prison, I'm in Lino Lakes on Monday, here on Tuesday, Rush City on Wednesday, Faribault on Thursday.
I can't get it. You can get through on your phone.
Moose Lake on Friday, and Red Wing on Saturday.
It says my internet is
now watch this. Watch what I'm telling you now. It seemed like that time passed by so fast. I can't even believe I was keeping that kind of a schedule.
My phone now.
So Daryl and y'all gotta solve that without all that background noise. I'm just trying to say something right here. Watch this. During that time, that was about a 15-and-a-half-year period. I swear to you, I had no idea I was putting in that many hours. But the reason why is because I didn't waste no days.
All right, Pop, come on with it. Say it.
I didn't waste no days. And in the process of not wasting any days, we have developed a family of men and their women. I don't hear you.
All right now.
So this is the outcome of not wasting no time. Ooh, boy. Somebody say no more games.
No more games.
No more games.
Wow.
I know that's right. Miss Lolita Thomas is on this week. We couldn't hear her last week. I don't know what the problem was. Miss Lolita, can you hear us this week, honey?
I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
We hear her.
Give her a hand. She hit the right buttons.
It wasn't me last week either.
Uh-huh.
How y'all doing?
Oh, I know you got the right one now, baby. Come on.
Amen.
What's happening? So you seen Mike Fox, and give us a quick update on Mike and the baby.
Oh, Michael Fox has his own place and it's very nice. And Bella has her beautiful room and they're doing well.
Wow.
So just keep praying. I got in that day. I'm trying to get in another day. So keep me on the top of the list. Gotcha. And that's some real good work too, following up on that. You know what I'm saying? And here go Down on it. His wife then came on and looked like we got the dynamic duo down at the bottom of the screen. Look at him. Get back. He got all that gold in his mouth. He put my eyes out. Hey, Happy New Year to you and Sylvia, man. It's good to see your face. We can't hear you though. Hit that button, baby. Hit that button.
I was having car trouble.
Oh, okay. What's happening?
But I'm good. I got it fixed, so I'm ready again. So
Okay. So now, Donald, you've been selling the cars a little bit, man. What's happening? What you got for sale?
I ain't really got none. My daughter just bought my last one. I'm looking right now, trying to work my way up to get me a truck. So when I get something again, I'll let you know.
See there, so y'all can check with Donald if you're trying to get a little hoopty put together. You know what I mean? He's in the business. But look, what I want to do now that we got everybody here, I'm gonna remind you again of all of the technical stuff. Matter of fact, I'll remind you of this Saturday. We're looking for volunteers over here at POP, probably from noon to 2, noon to 3. Somebody please stop that clapping. Somebody please. Okay, so from noon, say noon to 3, you're gonna have, if you can volunteer, you wanna pass out flyers, you know, there might be a little some in it, but you know what I mean? And we're trying to get the community aware of our testing on January the 16th from 11 to 3 p.m. at the Minneapolis Public School Davis Center, 1250 West Broadway. This is where we want to get all pop guys and hopefully their wives and women tested so that we can get ourselves down to a zero bottom line. The following Tuesday, we'll be back in group. Wayne tells me that's January 29th. We'll be back in group, in person and online, but we're looking forward to seeing people in person, face to face. We'll also be talking to you more about the vaccine. We're still partners to the Minnesota Department of Health, and we're going to learn more about the vaccine and whether or not we trust it or take it. We'll have more information. We can get to that place, that cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, we just want to keep the virus away altogether. All right. So look, I'd like to go to the acts of faith if we can. And somebody with a real loud voice out there in Zoom land, if you would read that acts of faith for us, that'd be great. Don't all speak at once.
Most of us know exactly what it is that creates this pain: confusion, stagnation, and disruption in our lives. Whether it is of habit, behavior, relationship, or fear, we know. Unfortunately, we seem powerless to stop whatever it is. Sometimes we believe we don't have the discipline or willpower to stop. The behavior becomes so habitual, we do it without thinking. Other times we know exactly what it is and what we do, but we simply keep doing it anyway. We are the only ones responsible for what goes on in our lives. We can make excuses and blame others, but we are responsible to and for ourselves. When we find something or someone creating in our lives that which we do not want, we must muster the courage and strength to stop it. Today, I use my power to stop what is no longer good to me. Reflection. Name one troublesome behavior in your life. What first step can you take to free yourself?
Well, that's so good. That's so good. That was a good job, man. I mean, we might have to take that one and put it on the wall. We got another doozy right here.
What is that?
So,
hey, Pop,
can you mute that, brother?
I think somebody driving or something.
Yeah, well, whatever, you know, but we have the ability to mute it on this side, though.
Right.
So
okay.
So somebody who wants that, now I want you to think about it because it was a lot of information there.
But it was.
Donald, you did a great job of reading it too. You know, pop guys are some smart brothers, and I appreciate that. You know, and so sometimes, man, just in reading a thing, you could hear.
You can hear it.
You can hear the intellect in somebody's background as the words are coming out, man. This was a powerful text. Somebody take it. I see Tierre here, better late than never. Give Tierre a hand. He's so late. Give him a hand, everybody. Thank you. Yay. Yeah, we just glad to have you, man. You know what I mean? We just glad to see your face, you know. Come on now. And hey, King Mason, what's going on? Give King a little love. Yeah. Yeah, the Caldwells, all late and everything, but we're glad to have them, that's for sure. Somebody take this one and mess with it. Eric, what you got?
That kind of remind me of my past, Shane, when, you know, making all the bad decisions, doing what I knew I didn't have no business doing. I was smoking, no, I had no business smoking,
Right.
you know, and all that. That's what it remind me of my past. And now I can look back and go, well, I ain't doing that no more. But
Right.
that's what it remind me of. All them bad choices, not even the bad decisions, you know, trying to say, you know, it ain't my fault, you know, but it was. And that's what it remind me of, Shane. Real cut and dry. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, it does. I feel that same way, brother. But what I like though in the piece, Eric, it says sometimes we believe we don't have the discipline or the willpower to stop.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, the reason why you're living the life that you are living now is because you're exercising the willpower that we said we didn't have.
That's right.
Right. I don't like, I'm gonna have to, we need to put that in a bag.
That's right.
Is that Calvin?
Yeah, Pop, it's me, man.
Oh, is that you making all that racket down in Mississippi?
Yep.
It's good to
I'm
hear.
blessed, though. I just got through coming from my church. We was packing the food up that he gave me some. I'm spreading it with my neighbors, and God gonna bless me even more because I'm giving my neighbors some of what I got.
Well, that's there you go. But hey, Cal, Happy New Year to you, man, and we love you up here. And we going over the acts of fate right now. Just hang on, because we'll read it again so you can catch on. But somebody else who got that piece, jump in there.
Hey, Pops, this is Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
So one of the biggest things that I took out of that, and the one that stood out for me the most, is my impulse to spend my money and not save it or utilize my money or my finances where I need it to be.
Wait, stop, stop. Wait a minute. You got to give Chris a hand. You don't understand what he just said right there. Chris, that was powerful, boy. Keep preaching.
So I started to put my mind, or I set my mind to pay my bills first, my wants, or what I needed to versus what I wanted. So I prioritized my financial state of mind into paying my bills on time instead of lacking or falling behind and getting further and further behind. Instead, I've been paying my bills on time and doing the things I needed to do. And one of the biggest things that I set my mind to is I need to build my credit in order to have a good credit to get a home someday.
Right. And Chris, that's good. And you're on it right now by doing exactly what you're saying and paying your bills on time. And did you ever go in and get that credit card?
What credit card?
That means you didn't get it. So we tried to talk to you about getting that secured credit card from the credit union.
No, I got one from Spire, yes.
Okay, and then you're paying that on time?
Yes, I'm paying my Spire credit card. My Home Depot credit card, I'm paying on time. I'm not getting behind. I've been making my payments on my vehicle, my car insurance, my rent, my phone bill, you name it. I've been paying on time.
Man, that's
I've been
good.
paying early.
Right.
Than what my due date is.
Let me stop you right there. Y'all listen, if you never heard a miracle, then you don't realize what you're hearing right now. But this is a miracle, man. Give that boy some love. When I first met Chris, he wasn't paying nobody nothing. You know, they put him out of the free house. He ain't gonna live there free. They put him out of there. And so now I didn't know that he had a Home Depot credit card. He'd been keeping that a secret from me. But now I know I can go shopping with him if I want to.
All right now.
I need a couple things. Somebody else jump in there. Chris, that was excellent. Somebody else jump in there on that reading.
Okay, here I go. So my behavior that I need to get rid of, I stay up all night. So I need to make myself go to sleep, stop my mind, because my mind be going. Right. Slow my mind down, use some things to quiet my mind so I can get up earlier.
Well, does anybody got a tip for Lolita on that one? Go ahead. Does anybody got some feedback for Lolita on that right there? Because I just want to stop in the part that she talked about was a busy mind. Now, as she ain't the only one on the line with a busy mind. And sometimes when your mind get busy, you know, it takes on a life of its own. And, you know, it's 10 minutes and 20 minutes and then 60 minutes and then 120 minutes. And before you know it, it's late, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a serious issue. I'm going to give you one little tip that helps me because I'm a Virgo, which I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but you know, I'm a logical thinker. Logic is important to me. Things have to make sense for me. And when it makes sense and it feels good, then I'm liable to go with it. And so sometimes if I'm wrestling with something or it's wrestling with me, I have a hard time letting it go because I'm trying to get it to make sense. But anyway, my wife, she introduced me to some tea. I haven't been a tea drinker. But I drink at night. Right now, I drink something called sleepy time tea. Say about 11 o'clock, I have a glass of sleepy time tea. And then, you know, it won't be long after that. Now, you know, now if I want to stay up, I don't drink the tea. But if I'm home and, you know, I'm not going anywhere, about 11 o'clock, I have this thing called sleepy time tea. And on the box, it got 2 teddy bears, like a male bear and a mama bear. And, you know, they getting ready to have their tea and go lay down, right? And this is kind of how we are. You know, she drank hers and I drank mine. And it looked like to me about 45 minutes after that or even quicker, we gone. And you sleep through the whole night, you know what I mean? So I'm just giving you a little sleepy time tea tip to help quiet your mind. But because otherwise, in past times, an idle mind, they say, is a terrible thing to waste. Devil's workshop. Yeah. Playground. Yep. So you got to be careful about that, sweetheart. But I thank you for being honest about it. And somebody else jump in on this. Monte says, I need to hear something from you.
Yep, I'm in the middle of my dinner with all of these gentlemen right here.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Well, we're going to give you a time to digest and we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Doug, what you got? We can't hear you. We can't hear Dougie.
Let me shuffle that around a little bit.
Shuffle that around.
Give me a couple minutes.
Okay. Dr. Webb, come on.
Well, I don't know where to begin.
Okay. Let me go back and read this again. I want to see, can we kind of coalesce around this reading? It's really powerful.
Yeah, can you put it up again real quick?
Wayne, put the reading back up for me if you don't mind. It says, stop. January the 5th. Most of us know exactly what it is that creates the pain, the confusion, the stagnation, and the disruption in our lives. Whether it is a habit, a behavior, a relationship, or a fear, we know what it is. Unfortunately, we seem powerless to stop whatever it is. Sometimes we believe we don't have the discipline or the willpower to stop. The behavior becomes so habitual, we do it without thinking. Other times we know exactly what it is and what we do, but we simply keep doing it anyway. We are the only ones, pop guys, responsible for what's going on in our lives. We can make excuses and blame others if we want to, but we are responsible to and for ourselves. When we find something or someone creating in our lives that which we do not want, we must muster the courage and the strength to stop it. Today, I use my power to stop what it is no longer good to me. Reflection. Name one troublesome behavior in your life. What first step can you take to free yourself? Somebody come on.
All right, I got this, Pops.
Pop, I want to go.
I'll go. All right, Pops. For me, my worst enemy is myself. I fight every day with the notion that, you know, I'll see something that I like, or I'll set a goal, and you know, something to that effect, and then I'll self-sabotage, where I'll keep telling myself I don't deserve it, or I'm not good enough, or, you know, I should, the past that I've done, you know, that self-hatred thing will keep me from striving for what I want.
Right.
But on the other hand, I fight myself every day, and I push through that, you know, because I am somebody, I am important.
Right.
I am valuable, lovable, and it's a self battle every single day for me to tell myself that I am good, that I am worth it, that go after what I want, because there ain't nobody better than me, and I ain't no better than anybody else.
That's
And
right.
if they can do it, I can do it.
Wow, wow. Give Doug, that's some good stuff. Well, and my feedback to you, Doug, and we're going to go to somebody else right after this. My feedback to you is to start looking at your accomplishments and not your failures. If you were just focus on the accomplishments that you've had over these last 2.5 years, 3 years, the accomplishments now are outweighing the other things. And the fact that you have now become a homeowner ought to give you some justification for existing.
Yes.
And so, you know, and in that justification, you have to find another power, not the old power that you use to get where you are, but a new power that's calling you up to the level of justification that you've now arrived at. And I want you to hear that and recognize the new level is going to come for you, and it should come now. Yes. Now, with new levels come new devils.
Ooh. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
But watch this. But watch this.
God.
But watch them scamps and imps that want to try to bite at your ankles. They really are under your feet. And this is what the scripture says when it starts talking about putting the enemy under your feet, because you recognize that you are valuable, powerful, lovable, and important. Give Doug a hand for taking that feedback. Somebody else jump in.
Hey, Pops, I'll go. The behavior that I can point out is that I have a controlling nature to me. And this is something that I broke down with the therapist, just like where it came from, like the roots of it, you know, like being pretty much neglected or abandoned by parents, being raised by other siblings, having to raise myself and experience things on my own. I developed a sense of control, more and more a fear of I can't get it wrong. Otherwise, it will reflect on me or it will reflect on my family, etc. So there became this controlling nature that I problem solve with. You know what I mean? And for a time, it was effective. But then, now, now that I'm past that, it trickles down into other areas such as relationships in the home, etc. And that doesn't have a place anymore. But when I broke this down with my therapist, I explained just that to her, and the feedback that she had gave me was that the stakes aren't that high anymore, and so that's a tool that I've been using to.
Now your therapist said what now?
My therapist said,
"Hey Roger, y'all are making too much noise, man." Montez, go finish that up.
So the therapist said that the stakes are not that high anymore. And that really resonated with me. And it allowed me to be able to see that I'm not in my past anymore. You know what I mean? There's not life or death on the table. I don't have to control everything. I can go with the flow on things. I can compromise. I can dial back a bit because I'm not living that street life, that abandoned life, that neglected life. I'm not that child anymore. I'm not that adolescence. I'm not in the streets anymore, and so I really take with me, that the stakes aren't that high anymore. And it's a tool that I use and I still need work on it, don't get it wrong. But that helps me to rethink about, what's really important right here,
Wow, man, you know what? That feedback she gave you was excellent. And
I think so too.
And I appreciate you sharing that. And because I think it applies to us in general, the stakes, the risk and reward factor are not what it used to be, right? And we don't have to put all of our eggs in this one basket, believing that we only got one shot at it. We've got options. There's several ways that we can go. There's a lot of ways to win, but only one way to lose.
Right.
I don't want to, I'm waiting for all the amens to die down. I'm going to say it again. There's a whole lot of different options that can lead you toward victory, but failure is only one option, is your inability to accomplish your goals.
Amen.
That was great feedback. My sister, she got something. She's going to jump in here. Go ahead on, sis. What you got?
Hi, guys. So look.
Hi, Rita.
Rita. Okay. So I smoke cigarettes. Most of y'all know that. But I want to quit, but then I don't want to quit. But I know it's not, like they said, it's not good for me, especially with my health problems. So, I want to stop. For one reason is I'm sold out to the Lord now, and if that's not very godly looking, if somebody sees me smoking, that gives a wrong impression on where I'm at in my spiritual life. Also, it's just not good for me. But I keep on making these excuses. Like I didn't gave up everything else. I could smoke, I'm grown, things like that. But the bottom line is, if I'm so grown, then I need to do what I need to do to take care of myself.
Somebody give us some love right there.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
She's telling the truth. She's been smoking like a choo-choo train. We got to stop it. Father, help us. She got, Lord. Oh my God. Look.
Oh my God.
But I'm just trying to say, I'm gonna let somebody give her some feedback. Somebody give her a little feedback.
Well, I can give us some feedback. I can give us some feedback.
Get in here. Oh, okay, go ahead, and then Ananias coming next. Go ahead, whoever that was.
That's Duval. This is Duval.
Come on, Duval. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, my sister, as far as, the cigarette thing right there, we as people, I cannot keep on saying that I want to stop. I'm grown. you know, this stuff is killing us right now today. You know what I'm saying? And I want you here with me. You know, even though I don't see you as much, but at the same time, this stuff is tearing us up, and that's one of your big thing. You strong, but you just have to stop smoking your cigarettes. If the doctor say stop smoking, stop smoking. There's no we always use, well, I always use an excuse to do what I want to do. But here's again, you know, I'm not right to do it, you know, and I know better. So if I know better, I should do better. Point blank. You know, like that's just like me right now. I know I need to wash my clothes, and I'm down here washing them right now. So that's my job. I just do it.
You know you better hurry up and wash them drawers. They say you had a rough day at work, brother, so you better go on and do what you got to do.
Well, I think I can make excuses for that. You know what I'm saying? But I love my sister, and we're gonna try to work with you on these cigarettes.
Hey, man, how you doing over there in your place, man? You good?
In your place
Man,
that you ain't invited nobody over.
Tierra said you ain't invite nobody over to the plate.
Listen, you know one thing about
yeah, that's what I thought.
Duval got to take care. What Duval got to take care of then until he get himself together. Then he can invite everybody over.
Oh my!
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not making no excuse. I can't make an excuse.
Hey,
I'm getting it together. Yes, sir.
I did you some great repairs before I left that place. So you in good
Man,
hands.
you so stuffed
Under
up.
the
You don't
minister's
tell me
care.
you did something. I seen all type of holes in his walls. Get out of here.
Yeah, I blocked the critters.
Place first. Then Tony went there.
I did you that big favor.
Look, that wall, that hole in the wall is from when Duval lived there the first time. Y'all better stop playing. And y'all playing musical apartment buildings. You know what I'm saying? But what Duval ain't telling you, he hid some money in there somewhere, Tony. You didn't get it. And when that boy moved in, he found his money, man. Wait a minute, hold up. Ananias got to get in. Come on, slide up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say the real. I just wanted to say the real about the smoking thing, right? I was locked up when I stopped smoking, but I think it was 1996 when they took the cigarettes out of there. 96 or 97, one of the years when they discontinued cigarettes in the institution.
Wow.
However, I quit like a year earlier. I'm gonna tell you how I quit. Now, mind you, I've read the packages of cigarettes countless times. But I think that me being in a place where there's nowhere to hide, nowhere to run, I have to deal with everything that's in front of me, or it's just going to continue. You know what I mean? I read it, and it says certain general warnings about it causes emphysema and cancer. I actually read that on the cigarettes. And you want to know something? At the end of that day, I wound up giving them cigarettes away, and I wound up like quitting cold turkey. Just quitting cold turkey. Now, I'm not saying that worked for everybody, but it's just like, once I read that and I just thought about it, I was like, wow, I'm killing myself. I'm already in this bad situation, and I'm just going to continue to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of stopped. I just stopped cold turkey. Now, what I did do, I started eating a whole lot of candy. But what that did for me was it gave me something to do with my hands. Because if you notice a person that smokes cigarettes, if you pay attention to yourself, watch what you do to that cigarette with your hands. You'll play with it. You'll fidget with it until you get ready to, you know what I mean? I noticed that with everybody. Find something to do with your hands, rather it be like get a coin or something that you can rub, or that little thing that you can spin around. Just find something to do with your hands, occupy your hands, something like that, and put a piece of peppermint or something in your mouth when you clean it for a cigarette. I'm telling you, it helps. It'll help you forget about the thing.
Wow, that's good. Give him some love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Pops. That boy has some solutions.
Yeah.
Hey, look, now, wait, hold on. He said, a little peppermint, a little candy, something in your hands, like money.
Yeah.
Don't it look good when you got a little money in your hand?
Because if you think about a year on cigarettes,
wait a minute. Look, hold up. Let me pull something out.
I'm just waiting.
Wait, look. Let's look at that. Can y'all see that? Listen to this. Some people got to have it. Hey. Some people
really need it.
You oughta do things, good things with it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, but look what I'm saying. Me and my wife did an analysis with my sister about her smoking. Oh, somebody else put another piece of money up there.
Okay.
Look at Don Amos. Boy, we coming over your house now. How much was it a month you were spending?
$250.
She was spending $250 a month. She on a fixed income of $750. 250 of us going for cigarettes.
Wow.
Right. So you know what I mean.
Wow.
There's a financial consideration there. But I love that feedback y'all give her. Thank you, Duval, for jumping in. It's good to hear your voice. I haven't heard you since last year, but I still love you like I did last year. And one of these days you're gonna invite us over there, and we're gonna be glad to go. And look who we got on, done jumped on, man. It's James Reason. James the Godfather Reason is on. Give the Godfather a hand.
How y'all doing?
You looking good. Go ahead and holler at us. Godfather, holler at us a little bit.
It's been pretty good, man. I'm back in my shoes and able to walk and everything. So that's been a major thing right there. I get to drive my car. I got some body work done on my Honda this week past. So it's like brand new all over again. Tony was out here one weekend and called himself gonna get something out the trunk for me when I was crippled, and he pulled where the light is at instead of the handle, snatched the whole thing up. So
that's the whole
thing. And somebody rear-ended my bumper when I was over at Hennepin County and just drove off. So I got that fixed.
No, that's how we do it in Hennepin County, baby. We ain't got no time.
And I had a mirror on the right side. The right rear view mirror was smashed off. I hit a trash can with that. So I got it all fixed last week. It's like a new ride now.
What are you talking about?
You that man alone, pal.
I'm gonna tell you, somebody say north side. That's when the north siders that hit you, but they didn't have no time, brother.
Yeah, the work parking lot,
Oh my God!
But it's all good now. It's going pretty swell.
Right.
And I love it. Hey man, it's so good to see your face,
it's good
man.
To see
wow. You. Yeah, we've
likewise. I was compelled to try to be part of this tonight.
Man, thank you, man. We miss you, man. You know what I'm saying? And
I hear you.
Good to see you.
We go, yeah.
Leave him alone, James. Leave him alone.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh at this stuff. You just have to have a gallows sense of humor, man, because otherwise this stuff will mess you up, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. You be thinking like, why me? I mean, you be like, hey, Negro, why not you? You know,
right.
We gonna hit you like we hit everybody else. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Hey,
right.
Man, I ain't gonna even tell you that, man. But I was driving my Rolls Royce. Y'all know I got a Rolls Royce, so I'm driving my Rolls Royce and I pull it over and park. And I was getting ready to come out into a parking lot where the car was, and it looked like to me somebody had his hand up, gonna do a key scratch just on the strength, right?
Right.
Man, I hollered so loud, man. It must have sounded like, like 1,000 paratroopers. I said, hey,
yeah,
get away from my.
Yeah.
And I just got lucky that time, but sometimes, man, things happen with our vehicles, and it's it's just a luck of the draw. And this is why we got to have our insurance together and these things, and so that we don't have that. We can recover when we have some setbacks.
Yeah, that's why I just went on that. It was like 3 things wrong. I was like, no, this is not like me, So I got it back. It was like a kid with a new toy, man.
Yeah. And man, James had one of the prettiest Mustangs. Was that 2 summers ago? he pulled up out here in front of the park office with one of this little hot red Mustang.
I still got it. I still got it.
And it looked like a Steve McQueen car or something. You know,
I'll be back in it this summer.
I know you be ready now. And but anyway, I'm gonna go back outside. We just gotta have a few laughs there. I want to go back to this reading, man. It's so powerful. Sherrod, we didn't get you in there. Dexter, we got to hear something from you. We just talking about Tierra ain't said nothing. He was late, all late and everything. Watch this.
I'm ready now.
We'll go right now then.
Hey, I ain't scared.
All right.
No. But yeah, man, I one sabotaging, self-sabotaging trait that I had to get rid of, man, aside from ego was number one. That was first and foremost, was number one, was my ego. But when I really sit back and take it all apart, it was commitment. I was always running from commitment. And I was just really running. When I really sit and take a deeper look at it, I was running from the police.
Right.
I was running from relationships. I was running from, people that wanted to help me.
Right.
And I was running from my own destiny, honestly. And I was really running because I wasn't really ready to face who I was. Honestly, because I was afraid of what I might find,
Yeah.
I didn't similar to like what Doug was saying, I didn't feel I was worthy. The more somebody loved me, the more I hated them. It wasn't until later on I realized that was kind of a narcissistic trait. Once I began to commit and really just lock in yourself,
Hey, y'all got too much noise, man.
That's you, Amos?
Yeah, I'm throwing away. I'm muting myself right now.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna mute myself right now. Hold on, thank you.
But that commitment on top of the ego was probably one of my more self-sabotaging.
I don't know what that is.
Man, Calvin, is that you trying to start that deuce and a quarter up, man?
Wait. This is why I tell you what, this is why I really love to get back face to face as soon as possible, because I don't have to put up with all of that. I be wanting to hear y'all.
Calvin is about the only one ain't muted. Okay.
And so look, you got to understand these phones are sensitive now. I bought my wife Tierra, I'm coming right back to you. I bought my wife the iPhone 20, right? iPhone 20, it's heavy like a little piece of gold. And the phone was gold and looked like a little a brick of gold like this here. And man, I always tease her because my phone is a Samsung, which always takes way better pictures than the pictures she takes in iPhone. But this one I got her right now, man, they taking the pictures, man. We took a picture of the moon with her phone. And man, brought that thing in like it was right here, And so, these phones are picking up a lot of stuff. You got to be sensitive to that. Now we're trying to have a discussion. You got to be adult about this. If you're doing something, that's fine. Just mute your phone. But Tia, finish your thought there about ego and commitment.
Yeah. you know, once I and it was weird because I always felt like other people had to commit to me.
Right.
But I could just
I feel on that.
not commit to them. So I
Mhm.
think once the ego dropped and the humility began to develop, it was easier for me to commit because there wasn't that wall up anymore. And you know, there wasn't that arrogance there anymore. There wasn't that entitlement there anymore. And so that made it a lot easier for me to, you know, commit. And
Yeah.
that's with friendships, you know, because during my addiction, I screwed over a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of them was close to me. If I'm
Mm-hmm.
just being 100. And so, but now, you know, with that commitment to my true friends and the people, you know, I love, if I don't surround myself, if I don't love you, I probably won't be around you. I mean, that's why I'm really only around y'all and my kids.
Wow.
You know? And but that commitment
that's beautiful.
stretched into, I think, the relationship piece. That was the last.
Right.
That was the last landing spot for me to
Right.
get to. That took longer.
Right. That's beautiful, man. One thing about a dope fiend, this old dope fiend behaviors, dope fiends want 110% from you, but you can't get nothing from.
That ain't 10%.
You can't
You
get
keep
nothing
the
from
change.
Look. You can't really even get a bump, you know, because you too busy back, you know. So I just want to tell you about yourself, you know. But hey, look, let's all love Dexter. Dexter, jump in on that.
All right, Dex, Pop Guy.
Pop Guy.
Yeah, well, you know, it's been a long journey. You know, it's taken me 54 years to find myself, and I'm still working.
Yes.
I'm still working. It's like all that time wasted, but I can't sit there and worry about that because I got so much to look forward to now.
Right.
And so much still to work on. You know, I'm learning every day with my marriage and to be my true self, my real self. It took 54 years.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
a long
Yes,
time.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Good thing it didn't take you 55.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Dex, man, that's so powerful, man. You've been through a lot, but your reflection is indicative of who you're becoming.
Yes, sir.
And it's a really loving person, man, you know, and man, come on out if you can, man. Come on out on Saturday and volunteer.
Oh, I'll be there.
We're gonna have some laughs. You know, it's just gonna be here 2 hours. We're gonna pass out flyers. We're gonna hit it and quit it. You know what I mean? But now I want my son Willie Lloyd to come on. He ain't said nothing. You know how Will do. He want to listen a while and take it all in, right? And then he gonna come out with a philosophy and some truth that we all need to hear. So come on, Will, and hit us.
What is it like on Mars?
I don't know, but
that's Earth.
right. That's Earth at the night.
Yeah, bro.
No, you know, I was just thinking, man, that when Rhea was talking out, I was thinking about when I used to smoke weed, you know, and you know, man, I used to love me some weed. And yeah, you know, that was my thing, you know, and and you know, I didn't when it was a problem, and for me to quit because not because I didn't have the willpower, but because I would rationalize that what I'm doing ain't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay. You know, it's not hurting nobody. You know, I ain't messing with nobody. It's not really hurting me. And so, because I kept excusing it, I can never generate the dissatisfaction within myself to make a change. You see what I'm saying?
I'm seeing what you're saying.
And it wasn't, until I was sitting there one day in my cell.
Right.
And I said, and like a couple hours had went past. I was high, I got high, and the time went by so quick, like 3 hours.
Right.
And I didn't move. I'm just sitting there. And I said, you know what? I would never get to where I'm going. It'll take me forever if I keep smoking this stuff.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
That's when I first realized that it was a drive killer. You know what I'm saying? It's subtle. But it was just, killing my drive, man. It was undermining
That's
my
right.
drive.
Right.
And Pops, I've been saying this for years about it to you, how, it was a drive killer and for me. And so when I, told myself that was when I became dissatisfied with myself, and I just did something about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, listening to Rhea, and I'm saying, okay, with her cigarettes. With me, it was weed. With her, it's cigarettes. Now, Rhea's a grown woman, and she ain't, she probably saying she ain't hurting anybody. She's minding her business. It's her life, But they say every cigarette you smoke, they say it takes 11 minutes off your life. And they say over the course of a lifetime, it takes 10 years off. So if she
with that mathematics, man, she ain't got but 5 more minutes.
Right. So if she want, so if she want to be, dissatisfied enough, then the information is out there that would give her a more realistic
that was great
perspective on what it is she's doing.
Will, that's great.
It has on her body.
That is some great feedback right there, boy. Give Will a hand. Yeah, that's what happened when he sit back and contemplate. But I agree with him. Back in my younger days, much younger, I tried weed a little bit, but I never wanted to get up and go get no money. I just wanted to sit there. So I had to eliminate that because I wasn't getting any of my needs met like that, But so I just want to tell you that I like Will's logic there. Fortunately for me, that it hit me much earlier in time. Dr. Webb, we're gonna quick show a shot of Nuggets. If you're looking at your screen, you're seeing Richard McLemore III, better known as Nuggets. Look at that boy's face.
Oh wow!
On there is a walk-through memorial service, January the 23rd, 2020. That January the 23rd is next. Is what is that? A Saturday. That's the Saturday after we do our deal at the for testing. 4851 McAndrew Road, Apple Valley. So he's way out, but if it was you and your child, you would want us.
4831.
31 is that 51? 51. So we just let's just have a moment of silence in memory of Nuggets just right here. Wow. Yeah, you know, I tell you what, now this is just, if you can take something from me, I've been messing with Richard a long time. And Richard he's a reserved individual.
Yeah.
But I never seen him pour his whole jar of oil out on nobody except for this boy. And he poured all the oil he had on this boy and tried to love him through his broken places. And it just wasn't to be. And I want us to make sure we're showing our presence. I might be in Florida on that day, but I'm gonna have some, you know, I want y'all to step up and provide leadership for him. And because, man, he is loved amongst us. Some of y'all, he done paid your rent and brought you up to speed on things. And he helped a lot of people these last few months with COVID, rent, utilities. You know, some people who don't come to the meeting, we started hearing about it, they pop guys, but they don't show up to the meeting, but they showed up for them utilities. They showed up for that rent money. Dear God, and Richard was handling business too. You know what I mean? So think about nuggets and try to put that aside on your calendar. Let's go back to the screen. Dr. Webb, we ain't had you in a minute. We got to hear something from you, and then we're going to Geronimo is there. Dr. Webb, what you got? Go back to it.
You're muted.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
God bless you. One of the things that resonated with me, one of the hang-ups, one of the very thorns in my side was having a spirit of compromise. And what I mean by that is that instead of having the healthy boundary that I know I needed to have, I would say someone I knew I should have been helping, or, you know, you have to be mindful of who you help, or who I allow in my space. And oftentimes it reflects me back to that's how I got incarcerated.
Right.
It didn't just start with the murder. It started with compromising, allowing someone in the space, my safety zone.
Yeah.
And so coming home, I have had to break that habit of wanting to compromise. And that came from a place of believing the lie that I needed to be accepted by everybody.
Right.
And over these last several months, especially being in the ministry like I am, I realized that I'm not going to be able to please everybody. And there are decisions that I have to make, moves I have to put down for me, to keep me safe, to keep my family safe, to keep my sanity, to keep me focused. I sent out a text maybe about 2 weeks ago, and it says a cutoff. Sometimes a cutoff ain't personal; it's spiritual.
That's right.
And I know many of you got that, and it's so true. And I had people contacting me saying, "Well, what do you mean? You can never cut nobody off." Listen, when it comes to my inner man, when it comes to the 5 parts of self, when something is causing the 5 parts of self to become disconnected, in my opinion, then I need to go back and address where the disconnect is. It's like, you know, a wiring going wrong, and you're trying to find out, you go down to the hot box, you try to figure out, okay, well, if it's this, is it that? All right, now hit the switch. It ain't coming on, Pops. Okay, well, hit the next switch. It still ain't coming on. Well, why ain't it coming on? Because it ain't plugged in.
All right, now.
Let's hold it right. Let's hold it right there. Hold it right there. Give the doc some hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. And I think I like a lot of it, everything. But what I want us to really focus on right there is is cutting people off, and really he was talking about adders, subtractors, multipliers, and dividers.
That's right.
And
That's
that
right.
in some cases, them dividers, you know who they are.
Yeah.
Or them subtractors, you know who they are. You just giving them too much time, and now you have to cut them off.
Cut them
Somebody
off.
say cut.
Hallelujah.
Cut.
Somebody say cut.
Cut.
Right. You guys got to cut them off. You know what I mean? The Eric went right for the neck. He said, But look what we got to do is we got to cut them off. That's very important. And Doc, that was good, well spoken. Geronimo, you're over there, and what's going on? Give us the 411 on what's happening with you, and what's your thoughts on this reading? Oh, Umar. Wait a minute, did you run away? I saw him. We're gonna get back. He's off now, Wayne. He was off, but he was on. Go ahead, Geronimo.
I'm working on that too.
I think he's driving. Sherrod is driving. I don't want to.
I can talk, Coach. I'm cool.
Go ahead. What you got, Sherrod?
I was thinking about Dr. Webb said it the best, and you said something that really hit home. It's a million ways to win, but only one way to lose.
Yeah.
And I feel like with me personally that I think that I'm trying to get back to a certain point in my life where I feel like it was took from me, and I keep blaming the system, or I keep blaming the people that helped me get to my position when I fell down. But I was trying to. I went to my church last week and they won. And I was listening to Pandora, and I was listening to Slim Thug with Joe Osteen. And he got something on the internet called Joe Osteen got something on the internet called The Wrong People.
Right. And Slim Thug was involved in it.
Yeah, he did a song with it, and he had used them what Joe Osteen was saying in his music.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But Joe Osteen, I never really heard of him until I was listening to that song. So, Sunday we just flicking through through different church websites and trying to see what we can do online. And I flicked to Joe Osteen, and I wanted to hear exactly what he was saying without, Slim Thug or whatever his name is.
Yeah, right.
And if anybody can take anything from that, I would want people to type Joe Osteen, The Wrong People.
Wow.
This is part of my clothing line as far as circles and squares, because I'm gonna keep the squares outside my circle.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Like Tierra says, if you the wrong person to be around, I'm staying away from you. If you don't have anything beneficial for me to gain from being around you, and I don't have anything beneficial to give you, why am I around you?
Right.
So I feel like, I've done a lot of blaming. I've done a lot of finger pointing, and, it all started with myself. It all started with me, why I'm not where I want to be, or it's always an excuse why my clothing store is not where I want it to be, or the construction company is not where I want it to be. I'm dealing with housing. I'm dealing with the PO. I'm dealing with, all kind of stuff, the kids and everything else that's going on in my life, and it's always an excuse.
Right.
And somebody said earlier that sometimes you gotta, cut people off to get yourself straight. And I think Dr. Webb just said that.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta cut people off to get yourself in place, because if you ain't good for yourself, how you gonna be good for somebody else?
Amen. That's right. That's right.
If you can't love yourself, if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody? You know what I'm saying? How can you be for somebody if you can't be for yourself?
That's it.
Advice is good. Advice is good, but I'm gonna take advice as long as it's given and it's steering me in the right direction. But if I'm not okay, like I told my kids, okay, well, this Christmas, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got bills on top of bills. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, and I said, well, it's kind of crazy because I'm sacrificing my kids' happiness, for a future benefit to make sure that they're going to be okay for, in the future or later on down the line. it's not just go spend all this money. It's we gonna keep this money and we gonna do what we gotta do, and then trust me, we gonna reap the benefits from our sacrifices. So I mean, I need to, doing everything for everybody, moving around for everybody, with this clothing store, people think that everything's free because they know you or because
Right,
you family.
right.
I go to somebody's house, first thing people gonna point me to, oh, my cabinets or my floor coming up. What you think can you hang my screen door up? And I'm looking like,
Right.
So the thing of it is, I don't do New Year's resolutions because I think that's just so far fetched. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I want to start something and I feel like I want to make a change for anything that I'm doing in my life, I feel like whenever that change needs to be, or whenever I feel like I need to make that change, needs to happen at that very moment. So I don't do New Year's resolutions. My resolutions come all year round. If I feel like something needs to be done, or I need to cut somebody else, or I need to stop, smoking cigarettes, whatever it is, if that's what I need to do, and that's what I want to do at that moment, then that's my New Year's resolution. As far as just talking about cigarettes, man, look, I smoke a pack a day. That's $300 a day. And I be sitting up here wondering, like, I don't want to pay the cable bill, or I don't want to pay the electric bill, but I buy cigarettes every day. That's $300 every month.
Wow.
Every month. And my girlfriend smokes, so that's $300 out of pocket. That's $600 a month that we spending on cigarettes.
Jesus, that's half on my rent.
Boy, just a little, right, a little bit more. You got a mortgage payment.
My daughter told me, I'm sitting up there with her boyfriend, and he tell me like, Angel, what we spend on weed every day, we buy at least $50 every day. I said that's $1,500 a month, but y'all constantly calling me to help y'all do this and do that.
Right.
So that's my thing is I need, my fall is, helping people where I know that they, that I will come out my pocket knowing that this is for something else, and I don't know how to say no. So my thing is right now is really like just focusing on me and trying to get myself together, and I know that in the long run it'll benefit everybody.
Well, that's true. Let me stop you right there. Give my hand right there. That was a lot. Now, to be honest with you, I'm grateful that you have a place that you can share all of that. And I mean, I hope you feel about 10 pounds lighter than you did before you started, because I know I do. You look like you got something out of there, man, and you had to exhale, and that's great. But a lot of times our shame and guilt from what we didn't do in the past, we try to make up for that. And then, we overcompensate. And in some ways that can leave us wanting. So you just have to pace yourself there in these areas and do what you can. And, at one time you wasn't doing nothing. Do what you can right now so that you can balance out, balance and structure. You can structure your life and balance your finances to work for you, because like you said, if you're not healthy and solvent, then nobody else will be. And none of the people that you're helping can give you a dime. I'll wait for all the amens to die down.
At all, period.
Yeah, so Geronimo, are you on it now? Can you we're trying to get him. We're trying to get him.
Okay, how about now?
All right, yeah, go ahead. What's happening?
All right. Not much. I didn't catch the reading. I got in, I believe, towards the end. But what I've been listening to is that what I caught at the end about not having nobody there, and in my world, I was there at one time, and I was having a problem with my son, and I paused for a minute and said, wait a minute, I got Pop Brothers.
Yeah.
I called Jose, I called Brother Shane, I talked to Dr. Webb, and I got all this really good feedback that actually helped me with my son. And there's times to where I pause and right away go into that criminal thinking, that negative thinking, but step back and realize, this is what I have today. I'm not losing. I have people that actually are there for me.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
with that being said, my son's doing good now. He's enrolled in school. He's back in school now. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
Good news.
I mean, I'm getting along with the hospitals and all these appointments and stuff. I'm getting ready to get surgery done on my arms. That's the first step, and the next step is my knee, and then just
do you have
on.
a date? Is the surgery date set now or no?
I went for consultation today with the surgeon, and now I'm just waiting for a date. Then I go in for my pre-ops and stuff like that. So they'll do one arm and then the next arm. So 8 weeks later, it'll be the next arm.
Wow. You know, now just to refresh your memory, Jerry was doing his job, driving his truck during one of them sleet storms. He got hit behind by a semi and ran into at the front by a truck at the same time. So he got sandwiched between those two huge vehicles, and then that impact, how you hold the wheel, and then you just trying to hold it, and it reverberates all through your arms and then penetrates your nervous like a shock absorber in a way. Your body becomes a shock, and it absorbs all of that pressure, both in your arms, your wrists, your back area, sometimes even in your legs, But, dear God was with him because he walked away from that incident, and man, a whole bunch of people, man, got hit much lighter than that, and the Reaper got him. Death will show up. Death showed up for Nuggets. Nuggets lived just a year, but Death still showed up. Death doesn't have a heart or a conscious or sensitive. He's got one job, and he does this job to perfection. I swear I can't stand him, but he shows up. Oh God. Oh, look at that picture right there. It said he had such a special bond with his dad. Man's man was his dad's reason. He cherished every single second of the day with our baby. Nuggets was his world. We miss you so much, Nugs. My tears, and hourly we miss you. And that's obviously the mom talking, Miss CC. I can't even imagine, their pain. I just can't imagine it. So what we want to do, Wayne is gonna send all of those dates out to you, so it starts making more sense. The date for Richard's son, Richard Jr., the date for the testing, the 16th of September, the date for passing out flyers, that's this Saturday. We're trying to get a team together this Saturday that's going to take care of some business. It's a little 2.5 hour hitting up and down the street to make sure that the residents around the North Minneapolis area are aware. We also want to review Tammy Washington's business. Tammy the tax lady, TTL. Tammy the tax lady is in business. She's got taxes, consulting, and she's a notary. So, call that number if you want to get your taxes done. It's not free, but it's probably going to be reasonable. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody doing nothing free, but here's a chance for us to use somebody that we know to support her and to support ourselves. So, and then Umar, is that you, boy? I can't hear you though. You got to press speaker. Yeah. Umar right there. I've been missing you, man. I'm just telling you, I know you can hear me.
He showed you connected.
Hold up, Roger, hold up. But Umar, now I don't know why you ducking me, man. Because when you needed POP to get your behind back home, we was there. And I don't know why you ducking me now. What part of the game is that now? You ain't no sometimey Negro now, are you? So look, this is what we got to do. Mr. Sometime, we want to see you on Saturday to get on over here and be a part of the team. Mr. Sometime, he cut me off. He doesn't like that. I'm sorry, but I still love you anyway. But you're still sometime, but come on now. Come on, no game. Somebody say no game.
No game.
No game.
Yeah.
No game.
Hey, Shane.
Yeah.
I got some feedback on the reading.
Go ahead. I thought I got you in there, but go ahead.
No, when I was coming up, as we said, we blame and point the finger and everything. I'm the youngest of 5, but everything was blamed on me.
Right.
Everything was my fault. You the reason this happened. It's you. And you know what I did with that? I took that negative aspect, that negative advice, and used it towards my advantage. And I turned out to be Muhammad Ali. I turned out to be the greatest child my mother ever had.
Of all times. Wait a minute. And according to him, he's the greatest of all times.
Yes.
I beat Joe Frazier. I beat up my brothers. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, I'm a bad man. I turned out to be the best, man. And I used
like a butterfly. Hey, just let me tell y'all, man, I be having some fun on YouTube whenever I'm home. I love YouTube, man, because YouTube got some good old stuff. And just last night, I was watching Ali fight George Foreman. And look, man, about the 3rd round of that fight, Ali just started talking to George Foreman in his ear. I could just see him yapping, but he'd grab his head and then holler, hey, you can't whoop me, chump, and then hit him a couple of more times like that. And by the time the 8th round came, man, George was so beat, I think he was demoralized because Ali was talking about him like that. So that's kind of what TX is trying to use in his favor is they demoralized him, but he stood up and float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. If we could just get him to stay on one job for 1 year, just one, that's all I want. Not 6 months. He made it 6 months, but can you make it 1 year, Ali?
You forget I was at IDS for 2 years.
I forgot that. Ali. Hey, man, we love you. We love you. Look, we love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay with, you got a groove going. Keep grooving, right? Winners win and losers lose. That's it.
Yep.
We're gonna try to get right now. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna try to get out of here with a little some of our little pledgy pledge. Let me see if I got my pledge here. Hey, I'm gonna just say it was very good for me to see James Reason's face. Yeah. James, I really love you, man. I really respect you. I look up to you, and because you're one of the most dedicated community servants that there has been in recent history, more so than myself. I feel like you just been so dedicated and helped so many people. Sometimes the people that do the most work, they don't receive the credit. But I just want to say in front of witnesses on tonight, James Reason's a bad man. And put a lot of people to work. Give James Reasons a round of applause right here.
I appreciate it, Brother Shane. Hopefully in 2021, you get to see more of the same type of action now that I'll be ready to go again.
That's good, man. We still need you, man. Now, I just want y'all, I want to say something to you. While we have been talking, Georgia has been voting. While we have been talking, Umar, I see you back there. I'm glad. Georgia has been voting. Now, I don't know. Look at your TV set to see what the early returns are. But what we really need was for the Reverend brother, Wilford something, and then the other guy to come through and win that seat. Y'all know this, and I'm gonna end on this. If you want to hear some conspiracy to commit fraud and done with absolute privilege, listen at the conversation between the President of the United States talking to the Secretary of State in Georgia. I mean, this guy, man, threatened this man, demanded that he cheat, demanded that he find him. He said, I need you to find me 11,000 votes.
Yeah, he did.
And I mean, nobody has ever brought the presidency down to that funky level that he has. But a lot of people, and I just want you to listen at this, a lot of people support that behavior. And for me, it's a frightening proposition. Ballots being counted in crucial states runoff. Most of the results coming in so far are from early voting, which favor Democrats. Expect the numbers to shift. So right now, Warnock is leading for right now, and that's what we want to see. And then there's the other little brother, younger brother, he's leading too for right now. So what we got to do is, because they're threatening people to show up, the blacks and browns, they're being threatened if they show up today. They had to vote before. They got the Proud Boys and other people keeping them away from the polls. There's some terrible stuff that's taking place right here. We don't have any more time to play games. Somebody say no more games.
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 2021, the motto for POP and Pop Guys is no games. We can't win it playing games. Oprah said, we have to be doing something positive every day. You can't take no days off now. No more games.
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 Watch the TV tonight to see what's taking place. It's going to be amazing history. Umar, you got to get back over here to where we are, and I'll jump off your back. I will.
I will.
Balance my family values
Balance my family values.
with my goals.
My goals.
I will
I will.
exercise wisdom
Exercise wisdom.
what I choose to eat,
What I choose to eat.
read,
Read.
and do.
And do.
I will
I will.
get up off them cigarettes.
Get up off them.
I get up off them cigarettes.
I wait for all the amens to die down. We go again. I will
I will.
I will.
get up off them cigarettes
Get up off them cigarettes.
and keep that $6.50 in my pocket
And keep that
And keep that $6.50 in my pocket.
because that's my money.
Because that's my
Because
money.
that's my money.
I need it now.
I will
I
I
will.
will.
strive to make all relationships
Strive to make all relationships
win-win
win-win.
with no deal.
Or
Or
no
no
deal.
deal.
I will
I will.
I will.
under every circumstance
Under
Under
every
every
circumstance.
circumstance.
maintain a positive attitude.
Maintain a positive attitude.
That's hard to do, but you have to work towards it. It's hard work, but it's not impossible. My wife is the example for me. She keep a smile on her face. I don't care what it is. That girl just keeps a smile on her face, and she, I'll be looking at her like, hey, I don't know what you're smiling about, but she keeps right on smiling no matter what kind of face I make, and it brings me out of it.
Wow, nice.
I will
I will.
enjoy my life
Enjoy my life
with a sense of humor
with a sense of humor.
while taking advantage of opportunities
While
taking advantage of
and learning
opportunities
from my misfortune.
and learning from my misfortune.
Oh, yes. I will
I
I
will.
will
act upon circumstances
Act
Act upon circumstances
circumstances.
rather than have them act upon me.
rather than.
Rather than have them
upon me.
upon me.
I will,
I will.
I
I
will.
will.
on a daily basis,
On a daily
On
On a daily basis.
be proactive with my goals.
Be
Be
proactive.
proactive with my
Active with my
goals.
goals.
I will
I
I
will.
will
always protect my wisdom,
Always
always
protect my
protect
wisdom,
my wisdom,
my health,
My health.
my health,
and my happiness.
and
and
happiness.
my happiness.
I will
I
I
will
will.
stay principle-centered
principle-centered
Stay principle centered
and maintain a positive circle of influence.
and maintain a positive circle of influence like Pop Guys.
Principle-centered means I just won't go for anything.
Do that.
Yeah. It just dawned on me that Lazarus has not been on this call tonight. I asked Lazarus to make up one of his rhymes about COVID-19. And, you know, he chose this haunting kind of music that at first I didn't care for, but then he started rapping and he said something is COVID is from the valley of the dry bones.
Wow.
And then he went on with it, man. I mean, and the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. That boy is talented, but he also needs to be directed. He needs love and support. He's at the Pop House, you know, get his number and call him and just holler at him and just try to help. You know, we already do that here at POP, but he needs to hear from more people. He's a very talented dude. We're going to use that rap or whatever in a live video telecast that we're going to do coming up in the next few days about COVID-19. If you got a COVID story or you had somebody that you lost as a result of COVID, we need you. I will always protect my wisdom,
Always protect my wisdom,
my health, and my happiness.
and my happiness.
Right there, that make me think of Curtis Harris, you know, who's struggling with his health, man. Curtis, we love him, man. Curtis is a real pop guy through and through, and he's struggling with his health. And, you know, one of my goals this year, I want you to listen at this, is to try to get Curtis, convince him to get a PCA who really has his best interests at heart. Listen at what I'm saying. He has one of his family members who is his PCA, and they mean well, but they're not getting the job done.
Preach.
And I had to wait a while. If you have an ear to hear, I've been knowing this, and I wanted to say something, but some certain things you got to handle very delicately. But now when I look at him and I hear him, I know he needs help. And I know that the young lady she's not there. And Curtis needs help. And I will be letting him down and, you know, disregarding his issue if we don't do something. Oh God.
Preach.
I will
will
always protect my wisdom.
Always protect my wisdom.
The health of Pop Brothers.
Health of Pop Brothers.
And our happiness.
And our happiness.
Yeah, so don't be mad if I'm just doing my job. I will. Stay principle centered. Maintain a positive circle of influence.
Maintain a positive circle of influence.
Yeah, on that note, I appreciate Lolita for loving on
Brother Harris.
Michael Fox's child, the way she does, Miss Bella. She's a beautiful girl. And Mike, I think he means well, but sometimes you need a woman's touch.
Preach.
I will. Daily learn.
Daily learn.
Commit. And do. I will. Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
Act according to the POP Leadership Institute.
Be productive in my community.
Be productive in my community.
And my private life, because we're playing no more games. Say no more games.
No more games. No more games, baby.
Hey, they go Laz, he jumped on. I just talked him up.
My brother.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a meeting today because I had got a text. I didn't even know.
Oh, quit playing, boy. Ain't nobody going for that. Look, but look what I did is I want you to can you remember that rap you got about COVID-19? Can you do it?
I don't. Let me see if it's on here.
From the valley of dry bones.
Valley of those dry bones.
He's looking it up.
It's on here. I gotta find it.
Come on now.
In the meantime, could somebody drop off? Could we all just drop $10 off so we can have a wreath over there at the funeral home from us, a big, fabulous one?
Drop off $10 with Wayne if y'all could do that, please. I'm gonna put my $10 in right now.
Oh, I got it. It's right here, Pops.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
It goes okay. Make sure I got it. Okay. It goes first and foremost, let me express my utmost condolences to the families devastated by the COVID-19 virus. I see the pain within the irises of their eyes, a pandemic crisis that fell from out the sky and has so many crying. Why? In hospital foyers around America, this terrible nightmare of terror called COVID-19 has many dressed ever so slowly, like straitjacket vagabonds, fawning death, smelling worse than the reaper's breath. Is the reaper's breath COVID-19? Isn't the scene to be seen so horrendous? The body count is endless. It's as if nature is at war with us. Are we at the cusp of revelations? Are we undertaking the valley of dry bones? Who would have ever thought I'd have to wear a mask leaving my home? Amongst zombies, wandering, dead in spirit, souls have left bodies for a vain appearance. If Mother Nature is in fact a womb, evil seeds within her garden is now a tomb. Blood is upon the wrinkled hands of Father Time. Hourglasses are running out of time, a paradigm. We are at the 11 in hospital beds. Many fight to breathe. Families in lobbies feeling weak at their knees, hearts on sleeves, bleeding through loosely woven thread. The gremlin COVID-19 doesn't discriminate. It only sees red, not black, not white, not brown, not yellow, not class, not religion. Women folk a fella. This is a eulogy, not a simple verse in rhythm. With the times of a world that is so superficial, the tag on clothes is the worth. More than one soul, mankind is way too obsessed with diamonds and gold, though Mother Nature has a way of getting even, it seems. The modern day Black Plague is COVID-19. It only sees red, not white, brown, or yellow, not class, not religion, women folk, or fella. COVID-19 by King Lazarus.
Good job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all can't tell me that Negro ain't got no talent. Don't try to tell it to me.
I can change my life.
That's right.
When I want to change my life.
That's right. Because I'm valuable. I'm lovable. And I'm extremely powerful.
I'm valuable. And I'm extremely powerful. I love you. Thank you, brother.